waking up, waking up this morning, waking up, waking up this morning, waking up this morning. I'm gonna check out something real quick. Let's see what's going on here. God dang it. Gotta figure it out real quick. See how this is looking. Okay. Okay. Hopefully, maybe I know what to do. I know what to do if somebody shows up too. Okay. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm trying to, oh man, kickstart the day. Yeah, see, you know what I mean? In between, what my battery at here? God dang, yeah, that video I'm uploading right now. I recorded a fifth agreement video this morning, and it is now I didn't realize it was 15, not 3 gigabytes, but it went about 15 minutes or longer, a little bit longer video than I've been doing. Oh. Oh, good morning, Master Ramen. How you see you, man? Are you working today? I don't know if you can hear me very well. It seemed like it's working all right. I'm on my laptop, and I don't have like a fancy setup like some people. You've been on here before, or you've watched me a couple of times. I'm just getting started. I'm gonna and I can't say what I'm gonna necessarily talk about. I just wanted to see what was happening. And I'm not sure if you're watching from. Oh, okay, you must be watching from Great Cloud Stuff. I got it streamed to both channels. So like okay. You got that little frowny. Yeah, I'm at work. Okay, I got you. Uh yeah, that it's cool to start seeing like here lately, like it's only been twice, but the other day I saw you again in Omar's chat again. So it's cool to start seeing you pop up, like in cool like some chats that I've been in or I'm in. Those guys like Omar, Rex, like I don't know if you know Rick, but like all the guys that like Omar kind of associates with is they're all pretty cool. They're pretty easy going. Uh, you know, a lot of the talk is about comics, but like what I like is that the conversation kind of can go anywhere. Like especially with Rex. Well, even Omar, like sometimes it's not always got to be focused on just comics and stuff. Let me see. I'm going to try to do something today with my second channel. I know that's what you're probably watching on, which actually is just fine because that adds. I'm trying to build the second channel up so that when I have people come on, you know what I'm saying, Vern? Like once I get to a certain level and have, like we had Elliot on, but I was streaming to both channels. Now, it's only appropriate because my main channel has more people, but it's not like I'm getting a lot of people at any given time watching me. So you know how that goes. It's like I don't know. Like Omar always talks about how I have 1,000-something subscribers. I'm like, well, that doesn't equal tons of views. That doesn't equal a lot of people always interacting. Uh, what you want is more interaction. Like from what I understand, like sub numbers is more for aesthetics. Like it's for the like if you got a lot of subs, it looks good, but how many of those subs are actually interacting with you? That's the question, you know. And I got to get better at, being consistent at streaming. So I'm trying to do today. I'm trying to get back to my morning. You know what I mean? Like my morning. Give me a second. Trying to. Anyway, it's not a biggie. Oh, so what I need to do. Oh, I know what I can do real quick. Not if anybody. I don't know who's watching, but I'm going to do this for you. I know it might not help. It might help, but Gray Cloud can do this if you're still there, Master Ramen. What I'm going to do real quick, do it through my phone because I fumble when I'm trying to split the screen and pull up other stuff. I'm still kind of slow when it comes to that, like this whole laptop and trying to learn it. Uh, but Great Cloud can do this. We have somebody in the chat, and I want to the best of my ability, while they're here, give them a little bit of a plug. So here we go. If anybody is watching and hasn't, if even if you're not really into comics, from what I can see, there's two other people other than Master Ramen watching right now or listening. So, but whoever, if anybody's interested, I just posted a link for his channel, and he does comic book reviews, but he's also working on a crowdfunding project. It's not launched yet. It's not in any place where it's on a campaign yet, but he's been working on it for a while. And that would be a good question for you. And you might not be listening at the moment, but that's something I could make a mental note of because I told Master Ramen that I would like to. And I'm trying to remember I was thinking your name's like Quentin or something like that. I could be wrong, but I've mentioned to him that I would like to have him on at some point. Once I get a little better at this and all that, when he gets closer to, well, we could have you on, like we could have Master Ramen on even if it's not getting close to launching a campaign, just for him to talk about his creation and what he's working on. Like just maybe one day I could set up something and we might be able to have somebody else come in too and participate. We could set up something. That's a future promise, or that's like a future prospect of going into maybe 2026. I definitely am going to be doing more with my second channel, trying to up the game. And if anybody is watching, why don't I do this real quick? Let's see. Let's see if this works. I am going to attempt to but if anybody would want to join me, you can hit that link. Hopefully it works. If Falguni happens to show up and she tries to come in through that link, I think I might know what I've been doing wrong, but I could be wrong. I might not know what I'm doing, but I've been talking to some AI restream chat bot, and it says, it keeps telling me, well, look for your sources, and I'm like, okay, sources, and I'm like, okay. And then he's like, it should be over on the right, but it's down here on the left in this little spot. Anybody else that's ever used a link to come in here with me, I've never had to go down here to the bottom 3 dots to allow them in. It should pop up. Like I can't show like well, no, I can't show you what it looks like to me necessarily, but like I'm looking at my picture of me through the camera, and then over to the right on my screen is the chat. And then there's a little human icon that shows me when someone pops in backstage. When I click that, I'll see who is backstage, and then I just turn on the toggle switch. But here recently, we've had trouble every time my friend from India tries to come in. One time the link didn't work. One time she was coming in and I wasn't seeing her. Finally, she showed me a screenshot in the email, and she was backstage. But in my studio, it was not registering. It wasn't showing me that I had an extra guest. I wasn't seeing it. So if they pop in today before I get out of here, then I might know what to do. I'm thinking, now I don't know why it wouldn't pop up over here, but I think I'm able to come over here if they pop in. Then I'd go to my invite. I don't really know for sure. Like I said, anybody else that's ever came on with me through Restream has not had any problem coming in. So I really don't know exactly what's going on with that. So, and oh, I don't know who is still with me or not. If Master Ramen is still watching or listening, he would be interested in what I was going to say. I have backed Bronze Star 2, and which is an independent crowdfunding comic book, which is currently up right now. Matter of fact, I could post a link in the chat, but I don't think I don't think we have that many eyeballs or people listening that's probably that interested in that right now. But I've got volume 1, and it's by Mike Barron. The artist is Pat Broderick, which is, they're both legends in the comic book industry. And then I also backed Godfoe Universe's second volume of Kolga, volume 2, which I'm going to do a giveaway for the verse volume. What I'm probably going to do is get an extra copy at the end of December, going into January, and they are not ending their campaign for the second volume until the end of January. So I figured I get another copy of volume 1 because I already have a copy. Launch a giveaway like right at the end of December, going into January, and run it, like let people have enough time to enter all the way up to right before they're about to end their campaign. Like a day before they end the campaign or whatever for the second volume, I may arrange it, the picking of the names. Let's see here. Hello? Are you there? Hold on. Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. You were muted for a second, I think.
Yeah, I had to unmute it.
Help me out here. I didn't recognize the name right off the bat. Are you have to forgive me.
This is Levi, brother.
Yeah, I know. Okay. It didn't pop. Oh, I'm in Restream, the studio. Okay.
Yeah, you're just a this is a little different than StreamYard. I had to figure it out too. So
Well, no, because I only think about you like I think about you more like when I think about you, I'm thinking about your handle. You know what I mean? On you,
Yeah.
like it's giving me
oh, you're probably thinking of the name of the channel, Bear
yeah,
Sheep Farm.
like if you pop in the chat,
Hmm.
it would show. You know, I would see you as Bear. So that's what threw me off, man. I was like,
That's
I
okay.
seen the name, and I was like, I hope this ain't because you know I'm throwing the link out there. You know, if it was someone I didn't really know, I was like, are they going to come in and try to sabotage? You could have that happen.
Well,
But
I've had it happen to me when I used to YouTube years ago, long before. See, I YouTube for a little bit. That's when you got to know me.
yeah,
Um, it had been years since I had done it. I used to be called just the channel Levite Khan. Well, then I changed it to Messianic Truth Live, and then eventually I changed it to Martial Arts Shema, and then I was offline for a long time, and I put it to Bear Sheep Farm. So, yeah.
well, I remember like when we kind of got to know each other a little bit. It didn't seem like it was but a few months later. Like, oh wait, okay,
No,
you
I'm
don't
here.
want to, yeah, you were just
Yeah.
letting me see who you were, but
Well, yeah, I don't. Hopefully, it's a little less data. I mean, if you need me to turn it on, just let me know.
what I don't have to see you to know who.
Right. Right.
um, a lot of people I stream with don't ever show or like a lot of my friends that have like bigger. I know some people that have like their channel might not be bigger, but they get a lot more interaction. Like they do streaming and they'll have like a lot of, but they don't show their faces. They use icons or something, like avatars and stuff, like different. Like everybody's different, but I'm glad to have you here for a minute.
Yep. Yep.
I think you were in the chat like the other day, and I don't know if you had left yet or not, but I mentioned that you were one of the first. Like you were one of the first times I'd ever really went on a stream at all. Like I remember that was like late at night, and you know what I mean. Like I was like I had never. I think I'd streamed through the YouTube app, which was just by myself, but like actually experiencing using a StreamYard or something like this was the first time that I came on that late night with you. And we had a pretty good conversation.
Yeah, you came onto my channel.
Are you doing okay, brother?
I'm not having these problems. He's going in and out.
Do what?
Okay, we're having problems here. See, I'm so far out in the woods. Gosh darn it.
What's
It's
happening?
Gray Cloud, Deb. Will you?
Yeah, back out and come back in. If you might be able to. Hey, Master Ramen, that is really cool though. You're doing some glitch art. Maybe my friend. I'm used to when he pops into my chats and stuff. I just always refer to him like by his channel name. But as soon as I saw his face, I remembered who he was. Like by name, I didn't know. Here in Restream, it showed him he had his name on there. But I think he was having like you could probably hear him. He said in the background, I think he was talking to his old lady or whatever, and I heard him say it's Gray Cloud or something, and then he's trying to fix his issue, I guess. I heard him say he's way out in the woods, and I totally understand that. I mean, I'm not in the woods, but I'm way out in the middle of nowhere. But my unlimited data seems to always work pretty well, and this unlimited hotspot seems to be doing pretty good too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so far for the past 2 months that I've had or it might be about 3 months now, but I've had the unlimited hotspot. Every time I use the laptop all through the month, whether it's streaming or watching something on it or whatever, it ain't really ever slagged a lot or nothing. So we know the link is working now. So maybe Bear Sheep Farms or Levi, if you are seeing me or hearing me, I appreciate that you were here. If you're having technical difficulty and can't return, if you're still there, like if you happen to be hearing this, you can easily just let me know in the chat. Of course, you're not ignorant. You know that. You can say, hey, I'm having trouble. But that was really cool because I haven't actually talked to him in a while. He's a really good dude. He's a Christian, very faithful, very strong-willed person. Or I don't know him that well, but I can say what I know of him I like. And I know that he lives a life that I wouldn't mind achieving myself. You know, that just trying to be better, trying to do better, trying to live my life more accordingly to the Spirit and to my Creator's goals for me and purpose for me. That's one thing that I have in common with him. Like the first time I got to go on and talk to him, and then hung out a little bit backstage and really share my life. Yeah, Bear Seat, I was just giving a little bit of a background about that. The way we know each other is, well, we were talking about whatever, but I was sharing deeply about that, my connection to God, and you had shared your relationship a little bit. And I was just saying I consider you, what I know of you, you seem very upstanding to me. And like, I would consider you as someone that if I was interacting with you on a regular basis, I would probably take mental notes. Hey, that guy's doing pretty, like, I like the way he's living his life. You know how you like take notes when you see somebody in your life, whether it's from a distance online or it's in real person, like physically. There's sometimes people you just interact with, you might not tell them, but there's certain things they do that you're taking a note. You're like, man, I need to apply that in my life. You know, I need to do this in my life. So, and like I said, I've been up this morning. I did some reading already, like from 2 different devotionals, and then I made a video for the Fifth Agreement. Still reading on that as well. But I haven't made a video for a devotional yet either. So I have a video uploading, but it's not a devotional. It's just the Fifth Agreement. But I think it's beneficial stuff as well. And then probably after I when I end this stream, more than likely I will at some point get around to making a video. And I think out of reading both today, I decided I'm probably going to read Jesus Always today. I like the way it's worded. It seemed to speak like I always get something out of the readings for myself, but it's like trying to decide, or I try to allow whatever seems right on my heart. Like when I'm reading both of them, I'm like, okay. And then usually something will tell me which one to go with for a video. So, matter of fact, I think I'm going to order a used copy of the Jesus Calling devotional today. And then finally, I'll probably do a giveaway at the beginning of the year for the main channel to offer a copy of that, maybe for people that are into that. And then, and that can be a whole nother controversy, because I get people, like if you're listening and you can go online and find a blue million different things that tell you why Sarah Young is awful and that the Jesus Calling series and these devotionals are like New Age or whatever. But somebody from the church I attend, you know, it's a Pentecostal church I go to. Like, I'm not a member, but I still go up there. They gave that to me a couple of years ago, you know, like it's like, and I have not yet to read anything out of either one of the books that struck me as anything other than a way to put something. It's like just trying to like write something in as if you were really hearing from, you know, her background is interesting too, because in the beginning of the first book, the introduction, it talks about how she ended up over in France somewhere in the mountains of a monastery. And then like that's where she started having her most like deep spiritual Christian experiences. Anyway, I think no matter what you do, there's always going to be somebody find some kind of flaw in it, even in the whole, like even just within the Christian faith, you can find a lot of like let's just exclude all the other religions, but in any religion or any type of philosophy or thing that people follow, and there's a large following, you have plenty of different divisions, and you have one group of people interpreting something one way, and then people fussing over which is the right way. And it's like, I prefer to try to find the more common denominator rather than, there are differences between people, but when we try to find, what is it that can bring us together more so than trying to, if more time was spent on that rather than trying to pick everybody apart, I think we might get further down the road. But who am I? I don't really know a whole lot, I'm going to beat this bucket for a second. Now that wasn't meant to sound weird or dirty, okay? But I mean a real bucket. Hey, let's give some praise. Hey, let's give some praise today. Let's give some praise today. Let's be joyous. Let's give joy out to the world. Let's be joyous. It's not often that I feel quite this well. Like I've been doing pretty well. I'm still sober, but I have sincere joy in my heart today. I do have sincere joy. And I'll tell you, if you're still listening, Levi or Bear Sheep Farms, I think, so I know it wasn't you directly, but just seeing you and recognize who you were for a brief second, even though we are having connection problems, that brought joy to my heart. Even just seeing you in the chat here over the past week or two, popping back in and saying, "Hey, what's up?" Whether you know it or not, well, you know it now because I'm speaking it. I'm saying it out loud publicly. It brought joy. It brings joy when I see that you're still around, that you're somewhere there, So I thought, I would put that out there to you because like, hey, what's up, Destruct? What's up? We got Reverend Destruct. Well, he calls himself Reverend, and he don't act like no Reverend. But I don't act like that. I talk a lot about God, and I talk about my relationship to, well, very often. I don't even know if I was referring to God as Big Kahuna back then when I first met Bear Seed Farm. But, at some point in my relationship with God, God enjoyed, like I was referring to him to other people. I was saying Big Kahuna. And one day, God laid it to me. He was like, I like that. The Spirit said, why don't you call me that? Call me that more. I like it. Like it becomes personal for me in that sense. Instead of just using the general term that everybody uses to try to understand something that we really can't understand in the first place, it makes it for me to say the Big Kahuna. Now I had somebody misinterpret one time. I commented in something, and I said I referred to the Big Kahuna. I was talking about the Creator, God, God, Christ, conscious, Anyway, they obviously didn't know what Kahuna meant. Kahuna means chief, leader. Like if you're in a tribe, it was real simple. It's kind of like, but some people don't understand it because I think there's a lot of people that claim to maybe have some type of relationship with, whether they call it a higher power or they say that it's God. There's a lot of people even in churches that think they have a connection, and they're really maybe not quite as on point as they think. Now, that's not for me to judge and decide who is and who ain't, but I see it. It's pretty obvious. But anyway, I'm gonna hit the bucket a few more times for a minute. And Destruct, I do have a link in the chat. I don't know if I need to post it again. I don't know what you're doing. If you're welcome to come on for a little bit if you wanted. Bereshith was on for a minute, but he's having connection problems. You know what I'm going to do real quick is I need to, let's see. Yes. Oh, hey, what's up? Hey, 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 oh yeah. Oh yeah, 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 oh yeah, oh yeah. Uh-oh. Son of a crapper. Son of a crapper. I didn't think I'd bust a bucket. Like you can bust a head on a drum set. But look at that. I'm about to break this head here. But, it's just, I'm. No, I understand. You ain't got a damn. Yeah, I already understand. I was messing with you. Yeah, I know you got ordained online. And actually, I know that you're like, we might cut up, and sometimes we are probably not what other people think that spiritual or maybe Christian people should act like. But, not everybody's has to act a certain way all the time. Oh, what's the story behind my face tattoos? Nothing really. Well, I mean, if you're curious whether I was in prison or not, I've never been to prison, so that's not the case there. Been in jail, but I mean, the longest time I ever did was like 9 months, and most of that was in a workhouse. So I was able to go out and do stuff like during the day. But any of these tattoos on my face I got outside, like which one? This one here. The small one says search. The small one under here says search, but it was the first one I got on my face back in I want to say that was 99 or 2000. And what are you saying? Nah. Oh, nah. Okay, there's Levi. Let's see if this works now. Hey, what's up, man?
Well, we'll try one last time. If I get cut off again, I've already given you a thumbs up. So when you and I first met online, the grid was probably a tad bit more stable than it is now. It's gotten a lot more volatile. You're not the only one I've had issues with here. So,
Are you talking about where you're at or just the grid in general all across?
Both.
Well, we know like the entire, like I think I can't remember exactly everything because we only, I think we only talked a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, this person in chat was saying knob to, they had asked me about my tattoos. You were in the chat, so you might have seen it but
I might have.
I was explaining that I had not been to prison, and that they were just letting me know right here that I meant they were saying they didn't think, they just wondered what the story was, and I was kind of telling them. Sure. And then you popped in. I was telling them the first, like, I'm looking at my screen and trying to figure out which one I'm pointing to. So, like the small one, I was telling them says search, and that's the first one I ever got because I've
Mm.
always been seeking, like I always wanted to, like I just have questions. I want to know stuff. I want to know the truth. I want to like get to the bottom of things. But and then of
Well,
course, go ahead.
well, I have a couple of tats, and I won't get any more. You really shouldn't be putting them on, and I think I sinned when I did it. So it's done, it's over, and I know
Yeah.
Elohim or God has forgiven me, but I'm not going to continue.
Right.
So
Well, I remember. I know, like, I mean, like I hadn't thought about a tattoo or getting one in forever. Anyway, I know that we are similar, but like I guess I'm more. I guess I'm a little more open minded or something. I don't know. I ain't trying to be. Oh, that's my friend self destruct. Oh, that was yeah, that's self destruct. This is who you were you said hi to in the chat.
no, I said hey to the Rev. Yeah.
Yeah, I was letting him know that you were. I don't know if yeah, he might have figured it out because I'd said you
Well,
came in.
he gave me salutations back. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
And my wife keeps calling me, and anyway. But
I
yeah,
remember.
we're working on. We're homesteaders, and
I remember that. Are you still like you don't have to? I remember where. Sorry, I'm
no,
not
go ahead.
saying I'm not like trying to dox you because I won't say anything. But I remember you telling me where you were at that time back. What a couple of years ago, maybe.
Oh, probably around a year. Yeah,
Yeah, I can't
we're a
remember.
little more. We're a little more. What do you call it? Covert now than what we used to be when we used to be in Florida.
Okay.
I mean, if people look hard enough with with all the technology these days, they'll find where I'm at. But I don't
Yeah,
just
like
advertise
if
it
somebody
either.
wants to, it ain't gonna be that hard, is it? Like anybody,
No.
like even like the most well-hid person, if there's someone hard enough wanting to find them, there's ways to find them. So,
Yeah.
but
Well, there are ways to hide, but you're talking about totally, I mean, truly off grid. You're talking, and I'm not. Deb and I aren't there. I mean,
right, yeah,
we'd have to give up all of our technology and that.
yeah, like to
So
really be like hard to find. Like that's the weird thing about nowadays. Like if you really want to go ghost, that would be the way you'd have to do it.
yeah,
Like not be online at all. Like not using any kind of like you know like we've gotten so accustomed to like, you know what I mean? Like me and a friend were talking about this yesterday. It's like I remember a time when everybody was getting cell phones. It was years before I ever had a cell phone. Like
yep,
I got my disability and finally bought it like in 2009. But I remember for like 8 or 9, 10 years, there was everybody's, like it started off with the flip phones, and then you had the black, like all these different versions. And it was like, it was cool that people had them, but like then I remember getting one and it wasn't that big a deal still. It took a few
right.
years before it became like something that I think of now. Like I could live without it, but I've gotten so accustomed. Like everything I do, like music, movies, any kind of entertainment, it's all off the phone. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Connections to other people. It's like I don't have people's numbers written down in a notebook somewhere. I probably should.
Hmm.
I don't mean to talk your ear off, man. I should be asking you,
No,
like,
no, you're
uh,
fine. I'm cool with it. Well, here's the thing: with some people that I really, if I need to keep in contact with them, we do exchange phone numbers then. Um,
right?
so if you want to do that, they're great. We can do that. Now this thing here for stream studio dot restream, I don't know where the chat part is on here now that I'm on it.
Uh,
This is this
okay,
different to StreamYard.
look, hold
So
on. You can look over to the side of your screen. You should see somewhere where you'll see some icons. You should see a little people icon. It should show you that there's two. Did you see that at all?
No, hold on.
There should be.
Phase 1, camera 3. That's letting me know some things. Default speakerphone hits, headset earpiece. Wait a minute. Hold on.
There should be a little sign that looks like a text message symbol or something. You know,
Yeah,
like in some
there is.
messages. If you hit that, you should be able to see the messages. And then I
I
do.
think it's
Hey,
trying to. I hit it, but I think it's trying to process it. See, like I said,
oh, okay.
it's a combination of me being way out there and the grid
Let me
isn't as
see if we
stable.
see this. I'm gonna see how we have the ability. You know how, like in StreamYard, I think you have the ability to have. I think the host can, like, if you're a host in StreamYard, you can see the chat, but I don't think everybody else can they? But you have your private chat too.
No, you have a back room like StreamYard does.
Yeah, like
If
if
I
we
put-
end this, if I ended this stream and told you to stay on, like we could end the stream
Okay.
and then after, like you did that one night when I came on your channel and I didn't know you could do it. You know, you was like hang out for a minute and then it was like after you turned it off and we were backstage, we really talked and was able to, you know, kind of get to know a little bit more about each other.
Okay, now I'm typing this in. Can
Oh,
only
just
you see it? Can you see it?
Yeah, I see. Yeah, who can see this? That's
Okay,
just
but-
that's the private chat. That's me. Like I can
Well,
only
that's-
see that.
That good. I don't just put my
I
phone
was
number
wanting to
in.
see if you could. I wanted you to, if you wanted, you know, like I can. But Destruct is saying, hold on, what is he saying here? There's a little button in the corner that says
See, I
chat.
didn't want to put this. What you just see there, I don't want to put that out in the public chat. So
No, I didn't want you to. That's why I did that. I wanted to see if this popped in and you saw me say hey. So
yeah,
I'm gonna.
I do. I see it.
What I'm
Hold
gonna
on.
do real quick. Hey, I'm gonna give me a second.
Yeah, I'll write yours down and then I'll put it in the phone book, you know, on my cell phone.
Oh, I was just gonna I was gonna make it simple for you and just like right now send a text or something and then you'll see it's me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I used to do it. Like if we were meeting in public and we were like I didn't have time, I usually just have someone either call my number or text me so that I have it. Like and then like I have the time I can go in there and program it, you know, like
Oh, I got it. Yeah,
done here,
you just texted me here.
yeah, I said that way now you have it and so but so apparently if you're wanting to see the chat, like if you wanted to see what anybody's saying, there's a button you can push to see, you know, like the public chat too. You froze up a little. Well, he is having connection problems, guys. Destruct, thanks for pointing it out. Yeah, you froze up there for a minute, but you're still here, so.
Well, it's probably because I opened up that thing to write your number down. So it was adding extra ampage to get this done. So
Oh.
Now this other one, it's probably to the public chat. It hasn't worked for whatever reason. Now, as far as people, when I hit the people thing, it just brings up my picture down here as well as the one right beside you.
Okay.
So,
well, I was thinking when you hit the other one, you should be able to see, because like I've had people come in before and they want to be able to see the chat also, because like sometimes someone's saying something to them. And
yeah.
I'm not as much. I've been using my own StreamYard and I'm paying for the basic, like standard, you know, just trying to learn it. And I've got a laptop now, so I'm still real slow with all of it. You know, it's like the reason
we're older. We're older.
I hadn't had a computer in a long time. Like this is the first computer I've had in years.
Yeah, but for young people, this technology is like breathing to them. So
yeah, like they grew up. Like
yeah, I didn't. I mean, I'm older than you are. So, but I checked out the area code. I own some property in that state as well as where I'm at. I'm in a different
Yeah,
state than them.
you told me that night that we talked backstage. I remember, like the conversation we had that night was like pretty deep. I thought, and
Mhm.
I remember it was seemed like I was going to ask you before you had connection problems a little bit ago. It seemed we interact like I came on there and got to know you a little bit backstage, and then like I'd catch you every once in a while doing something and comment. Then you'd catch me, and then the next thing I know, you let me know like that you kind of like deleted almost everything off your channel. Like I think you still had like an old video up there of
Yeah,
like
my wife insists that we keep our wedding deal up there,
yeah,
pictures and stuff.
that's still there. And so I and I know that every once in a while you pop in and but what's weird, what's synchronistic about you showing up here recently is that like right before I saw you in the chat, like over the past week or two, there's been a couple different times like you popped up in a chat just recently or something, not the one the other day, but like either last week or the week before. I remember you being in a chat and it's been a long time. You were like, hey, it's like what's up? And right before that first time I saw you again in chat, I'd actually been thinking about you. Like there had been like a couple moments during like leading up to that day or whatever.
Uh-oh. Here
Oh,
we go. Yep.
you losing connection? Guys, anybody that's interested or this is
I just froze up, I think.
I can hear you, but I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah. I don't know if you can hear me or not.
Okay. Yeah, you started to robot out there for a second. What up, BD? What up, BB?
Yeah.
Come here. My dog's being weird. Yeah, if you can figure it out, like I can see you. I don't know if you're having trouble. Yeah, it's like it's cutting in and out, isn't
Can
it?
you see me?
No,
Yeah.
it's cutting in and out. Like your
Yeah.
face will pop in for a second and then it'll go black.
Yeah.
But are you using just data or are you have a Starlink or what is it you
Well, what I have is and I can see myself now. I don't know if you can see me.
yeah, I can see you now.
This is a jetpack or AKA hotspotter. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I don't have the Wi-Fi, the good stuff that you have. So, yeah.
All I'm using right now is a hotspot off my phone for the laptop. But I'm in a good area, like there's a cell tower. There's two cell towers just down the road. So it's like I'm surprised how well this hotspot holds up. Now I don't know if I was way out but I've had hotspots before on a phone and been out in the middle of the woods and they work just fine. You turn it on and
well, no, that's the way this used to be. When I had you on my StreamYard, it was working great. Over time, it's the same thing I just showed you. Over time, look, I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist crackpot. I'm just saying, well, maybe I am, and I don't care, but you get my point. It's getting a lot tougher now, and the grid is really vulnerable, and there's a lot of problems, and I think there's a lot of hacking going on, like say China and whatever. So, and there's a lot, the BS that's going on around the world, and with President Trump and that, but
yeah,
I don't. I don't depend on anybody except for Elohim to get through this stuff, and we're, these days are meant to be. It's just the way it is, as much as I don't like it either. So, I mean, I've thought about going back to YouTubing. Now, I won't do it unless if I get a situation where I've got Wi-Fi right there.
Right. So you're saying what you were using used to be better? Like, is it the same device? Is it just that
Yeah.
like, is
Same
it that you
device.
need to up? Is it that they want you to upgrade or something, and so it makes it harder to, you know what I mean? Like, they do that a lot. Like, something starts becoming obsolete or something, but it's
Yeah.
because they're perfecting keeping up with you, ain't it? Or
No,
are
it's
you saying?
I have the same device, and that I just think, and they may want me to upgrade, but here's the problem. I used to go to G5, but I'm
Yeah.
so far out. It's like FM. I'm going to compare it to FM and AM radio.
Oh,
FM is
okay.
it's so much clearer and nicer to use, but you can't go nearly as far away with it that you can with AM. So I had to go back to G4.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah. Look,
Yeah.
I'm not for me to explain all this techno stuff. You're looking at the wrong guy. You better find somebody who really knows what they're talking about, because I
Yeah,
don't
we
that
don't have
much.
to get into all that anyway. Like, I was finding the industry, when you mentioned conspiracy, like, that you don't have a problem here. Like, I well, we already know that a lot of things that people could usually something's called a conspiracy because it doesn't always, like, even not all conspiracy is necessarily a bad, like, doesn't conspiracy really mean it's like it's
Oh,
just people like they're coming together and working on something, like conspiring together. You
yeah.
can conspire with someone on a good project as well, can't you? Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
you're
Like,
right.
it doesn't
You're
mean,
correct.
but like, well, look, the term conspiracy nowadays has such like, if you know the real definition of it,
Well, it has a
it's not
stigma to it.
necessarily a bad thing. Do what?
Yeah, it has the word has a stigma to it. Speaking of
Yeah.
conspiracies, I think they arrested. I'm pretty sure. I don't quote me yet, but I think they arrested the pipe bomber, the guy who was in law enforcement. They started figuring that out during the
Oh
January.
yeah, January 6th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Well,
just what, a month or two ago they said they figured out that it was one of the cops or something.
yeah. Well, they have such good techno, and now that we got that Alzheimer's vegetable and chief out of there, and because everybody was running everything in there except for him in the White House. I mean, look, I used to be in geriatrics. I'm not stupid to what I was seeing. He shouldn't have been there
Right.
in the first place. That's elderly abuse. But rather than get into that, you know, um, they wouldn't even touch the issue when it was Merrick Brian Garland was the Attorney General back then,
Oh yeah,
and
they weren't even
yeah,
like Destruct brings a good point. This is probably true. Heard the CIA coin the term conspiracy theory to discredit people. Yeah, like,
yeah,
they've put it out there, like, enough bad press and using the word conspiracy theory or conspiracy with people not, like I said, all conspiracy means is people conspiring together. So it could
yeah,
be a good thing. It could be, I mean, when a group of people come together to form a church, they're conspiring together. Now,
yeah.
whether they're doing
And
it publicly
hopefully,
and openly, like transparently or not, is different. Like,
well,
or if you
hopefully
come
too,
together
then
to
they're
form a business.
and hopefully
Or am
then
I
in a good,
wrong?
hopefully with a good situation, they're inspiring. In that case, right? So,
Yeah, I was gonna. I'm gonna look up conspire so I don't sound like a dumbass. Like,
well, that's fine.
if I
I don't even want to look anything up right now, because if it takes anything extra, that could kick me from your panel. So
no,
I'll
I'm
let you go.
meaning for my own, like, because I'm talking as it, and I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I just don't have the data to be met. I'd have
Okay,
to get
well,
off.
I'm wrong. So conspire is coming together, but it's saying, evidently it is to do something in secret and mainly
Yeah,
like a unlawful or harmful act. So
yeah,
I wanted to make sure, because if I can continue on with what I was saying, I kind of all of a sudden I think realized, well, Gray Cloud, you might have your information wrong. Like I misremembered something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like the way you learn, like this is information I already knew, but I knew something wasn't right. I was getting one part right. It's people coming together, but the reason it's a conspiracy is because someone's doing it behind closed doors. It might not always be nefarious, but it's still like secret.
Hmm.
Well, like any of the secret society stuff and everything, they do everything behind. It's like
Oh
there's
yeah.
there's a public front, and then there's really what goes on.
Well, I don't want to get your channel in trouble, but you do have Skull and Bones. The Skull and Bones, you have Bohemian Grove. I
Yeah.
was never a part of anything, but when my dad was alive and my grandfather, his dad, they were both 32nd degree master masons in the York Rite. They were also what the heck? I'm brain farting. You have to be a master mason in the Scottish or the York Rite, and then you can get into that other club. And I'm not fully awake yet, but I used to do videos on.
I think I know what you're talking about. I just don't remember because at one point what's he say? I trust Levi knows about the Guidestones. Yeah, he's talking about in Georgia. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure you do know about that. Like,
Yeah.
I just seen that Destruct is like throwing out other. He's a good one. Oh, what happened? I hope that ain't them turning him off. We started talking about this kind of stuff, and then all of a sudden, he probably had a. I think it's just a connection or something happened. Maybe he was. This is a good stream. I'm glad I fired this up this morning. What does it say? Restream supports. Oh, I know what it. There's a. Okay, here we go.
Yeah. See, I tried it. I went to Google, and that's what happened.
What was you trying to do?
Well, look up that Children's Hospital in Cincinnati, Ohio. My dad used to brag it up when he was alive.
Oh, I can look it up.
Yeah, there's a number of them you got, but I don't know, and I feel really stupid because
Children's Hospital. You said.
Yeah, but it's you got to be in that club, the particular one I'm talking about. You have to be a master mason. So.
So what was you trying to type in? Because I just put in Children's Hospital in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Put for the Master Mason Children's Hospital. Maybe that will help.
Okay. It's telling me that Master Mason's Children's Hospital is not a recognized name for a hospital in Ohio. However, a prominent institution is the Cincinnati Children's Hospital Medical Center.
No, that doesn't help me any.
It says here you may also be thinking of the Masonic Home for Children at Oxford, which is a separate organization in the region. I'm just reading the first things that are, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I don't know why I'm brain farting now, but
from the time you remember it, couldn't it? Could they have changed?
No. They'll never change. The only thing they're changing is, and even though they're Luciferian, like when my dad did it many years before I was born, he put his hand on a King James Bible and took the oath. Whereas now they'll let a Muslim do their Quran, or they'll let a Buddhist do their scriptures or whatever. They leave that up to the person.
That's what I've heard. I think it also depends on. I could be wrong because I'm not a Mason, but I would
Shriner. I know what it is. Gray. It's Shriner. SHRINER. I just had to wake up enough.
What
Yeah,
Shriner?
I used to do videos explaining this in detail.
Are you talking about the
So
hospital or?
yeah, oh yeah, Shriners Hospital, Shriners Children's Hospital. Hmm.
They are all over the place, ain't they? Like I remember the
Oh
Shriners
yeah.
growing up. Like the
I hate to
Shriners,
I hate to tell the Christians this, but you know, even though they're Luciferian and whatever, they've done more for children than a lot of Christian organizations ever will. It's really sad to have them as an example. So, I mean,
I don't know. I see. Oh, I don't know if there's a Shriners hospital in Cincinnati, but I'm seeing something. There's a bunch of different organizations there. The
well,
Shriners,
another
are like,
yeah, Shriner, you got to be a master mason to become a Shriner, okay?
yeah, they're
In
like a.
America,
It's another. It's like a split off at the higher level, isn't it? Like
yeah. But my dad even told me that, yeah, he said, my dad admitted, you know, okay, he said, as a 32nd degree master mason in the York Rite at a Shriners meeting, I could very easily be sitting beside someone who's a 32nd degree in the Scottish Rite,
yeah.
you know, with the Shriners. So, you know, but whatever. He got into that stuff. My dad, too, for a long time was also an Odd Fellow, and that's a separate group yet, too.
Hold on, I didn't see.
You didn't hear me?
What's the Shriners are one of the biggest supporters of children's hospitals. Can you see this when I pull it up? The Shriners are one of the biggest supporters of children's hospitals nationwide. My cousin got tons of surgeries as a child for free because of them. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
like
they do. They do great work in that particular area. You see them on commercials on TV and on the internet, you know, those little kids, you know, and they're in
right.
wheelchairs, and one will have a prosthetic leg, and they're singing and stuff to get your sympathy. They're using those kids like they're really, well, frankly, they're prostituting the children. I don't, maybe it's a good thing, but whatever. I mean, so
Yeah, like I figure, like for me, I would probably base it like I'm not gonna like if there's help being offered and people are able to utilize it, especially when it comes to children, like you said, it's kind of like you said you hated to say it, but
yeah.
like the Lucifer, like I knew someone at one time that like he's dead now, but I remember the first time I'd ever knew about Luciferians. A friend of mine, this was like years ago, and I was like, but he was like starting to read about it and kind of explore it, and he was telling me about it and all that, and it was like,
yeah,
because he was presenting it to me. Now, isn't there propaganda they put out to make it seem like it's like a good thing, like they have good
of course
intent?
they do. Of course
Yeah,
they
that's
do.
what I thought. So like this, he was just starting to learn about it, and then he was trying to show me about it because we were like both like I like to read about all kinds of different stuff, and I knew, like it was like one of them things, and then but it just because from what I understand, they still think like like Lucifer is the angel of light or something like to them, and which is what Anyway,
Well, they're very contradictory. See, this stuff is all starting to come back to me now. I'm a Sabbath keeper. I'm a Messianic. I'm a Hebrew.
oh,
And
Tomcat's here.
for that matter, I used to get a lot of crap from the Sunday keeping Christians. I can handle that. That's I don't care about that. It's just I used to do a lot of apologetics and get into and do official debates. But I had literally thousands of debates or excuse me, videos. Where are you? Oh, I had thousands of videos and probably a couple hundred debates. So, give me a minute.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm reading some of the chat.
Yeah,
like
I'm getting my coffee doctored up here.
Rev
So.
Destruct said to Levi's point, I reckon the goodwill could be PR or even for cosmic karma points. Don't know. And then my friend Tomcat joined the chat, so I'm saying hi to him in chat. Like I like to keep up with that. If you got I'm learning. I may not have a bunch of people watching me all the time, but when I do come on, if somebody does more than just listen or watch and they're able to interact in the chat, that keeps me more, you know what I mean? Like I'm more likely to keep streaming. Like, at some point, if you're just sitting there by yourself at some point and nobody's even watching, if you've said what you needed to say and done what you needed to do, you just kind of like find a point to stop. But when I get people that are giving me the time of day and listening and watching and interacting, I'm assuming you can still hear me. Hey, Tom.
I can hear you fine.
Yeah, I was just yeah.
No, I just had to get the sugar and the milk in my coffee. So,
Okay.
Anyway, I used a lot of scriptures. I'm pretty hardcore with that, and I also used historical sites like when Christians take me to Colossians 2:16 about with the Sabbath and what you eat and whatever. I look historically, they can't back it up.
Yeah.
Okay. They give you one small piece of information. The church or the letter to the church or congregation of Colossae was written anywhere from probably 57 to 63 AD. Well, supposedly the Sabbath didn't go to Sunday until March 7th of 321 AD with Constantine. And he had the military might, he was an emperor, but I don't think he had God's approval to do that. And when I start pointing out things like that, Christians don't take it too well.
They teach us that I remember what you're talking about because I remember that's a brief part of something I remember in history at some point, like in junior high or high school. That's what like when they start talking about it said it had something to do because they reset the count the way people read the year or something. Like, didn't they create a new calendar and then supposedly
I can explain that to you.
Yeah, I don't remember it all.
I quickly said March 7th of 321 AD. What I'm doing there is I'm taking the Gregorian calendar from 1582 and I'm taking it back. Simple math. Yeah. Before the Gregorian calendar started in 1582, there were two gentlemen, and I don't remember the names, but they made it up. But Pope Gregory adopted it.
Okay.
So before the Gregorian calendar that we go by here, it was the Julian calendar. It's pretty close. There's some differences, but it's still pretty close.
But I thought that, like, isn't that kind of one of their explanations to why it ended? Like, I thought that is what they use as an explanation for whatever reason why. Because I always wondered that too. Like, why did it shift to? Why did they all of a sudden decide to pick a different day?
That was constant. That was on Constantine and his people. He mandated take the 1582 Gregorian calendar back, and you go back to March 7th of 321 AD, and that's what it's that simple. There's nothing real complicated about it. And no, I don't think he had God's approval, but he did it, and God let it happen. It's like my ancestors in the Tanakh or the Old Testament, Gray. They did stupid things, and what Moshe, as you call Moses, he told them in Deuteronomy, you do this, this is going to happen. You're going to be scattered. You're going to be serving gods of wood and stone, blah, blah, blah. Right. That's just, and it's exactly what happened. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I worship on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and so on. But I do particular things that I'm allowed to do on the Shabbat, the Sabbath. Okay, simply put, Saturday. I mean, so I don't.
Was supposed to be an intentional day that you set aside that you rest yourself, and in resting, you're also honoring our Creator, God. Like you're taking. It's not that you can't. Like if something comes up, I understand, but I know other people, even if it's not on Saturday, even if it ain't on Sunday, but I know some people that they worship on Sunday, but that's what they do for Sunday is that they might worship.
Well, but they also you got people that they think this Sabbath is Sunday. There's special that's a separate day, but I don't believe it's Sunday. It never was. That's
Yeah,
just me.
I know that there was a conscious choice to move it a day. Like it always confused me as a kid. Like most churches go to church on Sunday, and then when you find out that the original Sabbath is really meant, it's just like. But for me, like I don't put a lot of like I go on Sunday because that's where the church that
Sure.
and I don't go
Well,
all the time, but
there are some decent churches that do their Sunday thing. I don't try to argue that.
there's
I'm not even trying to debate right now. You and I are just conversating. It's just that when
yeah,
I
oh,
go
I'm
up
not
against
like
I go up
I'm
against
just
fellow
giving you
debaters, they were like this. There's one guy, and you can look him up if you want later, or now for all I care. James White, Dr. James White. He's the head of Alpha and Omega Ministries somewhere in Phoenix, Arizona. He's a doctorate. He's I don't know if he's retired from professorship, but he either does or he used to be a professor of church history and Koine Greek and Paleo Hebrew. And he defends Sunday all day long. I'd love to get him in a fair setting with an official debate. I would. I would tear him to shreds. And I'm not bragging. I think
yeah.
he's being somewhat deceitful for that matter.
Well, I'm not debating it because it doesn't like I'm not. What I was going to share with you is that in my life, at certain points, uh, you know, there'll be days that like I'll get specifically instructed, take it easy today. Like, you know what I mean? Like if I've been doing pretty good and doing a lot, saying that sometimes there's a day that I like this, God has to lay it on me. Like and say, today, slow down. Like, like
Yeah.
sometimes I have to be
Yeah.
reminded. Like I don't know if that makes any sense.
I do.
Uh,
No, it makes perfect sense. Look, on
Like
Saturdays,
he'll tell me it might not be Saturday, it might not be Sunday, it could be in the middle of the week, and he just says, "Don't worry about doing this, this, and this today. Like, take it easy.
well, no, look,
Study or
as
be
you
with
get
me."
older, too, you need more recovery time too. And I know that firsthand. No, on Saturdays, I still have to do the bare minimal. I have to get the water, fresh water changed, and I have to get feed for my chickens. Okay. I used to have you remember when I was doing videos on livestock? I used to feed them on Saturdays. I sold them all now, but I mean, um, you can't let them starve and dehydrate for a day. That's ridiculous. But I do the bare minimal on Saturdays with my fowl now, and I leave it at that. I do my wood chopping on other days of the week. It's getting cold. I have a wood
Yeah.
burning stove. I have dogs and stuff. I mean, I get their food and their water out and stuff, and so I do what needs to be done, and then I leave it alone. And then now people might get on me because Deb, I'm busy. And it's just give me a minute. What do you need?
Three truckloads for deck of 180.
Okay, make the deal, and I'll make the money into cash.
So we go.
Whenever is convenient for her. Are we done?
Yeah.
I hope so. Okay. Now, back to what I was talking about. I
Married people.
no, it's a good life. Don't get me wrong. I don't. But you look. If there's one thing I've had to, you want to know an area where I've had to work really hard at growing up and maturing in, it's marriage. Oh man. And that part's on me. I'm taking the responsibility for that. But anyway, what was I talking about?
I'm trying to remember. You were making a point.
Well, I try to do as little as possible on Saturdays, my
Oh,
Shabbat.
yeah, you were giving me you were kind of going down like certain days you do the wood and not on a Saturday, but there is a few things.
I can
There's
do
a few
it.
things you have to get done on Saturday.
Okay, Okay, tell her to come down. I'm gonna have to get going in a few minutes.
Yeah, I'm not going to be on too much longer.
No,
I've been on
that's
here
fine.
for like,
Just to give you the quick, I look. Oh, I was going to about Exodus chapter 35. I think it's around verse 2 in most English Bibles about not starting a fire on the Sabbath. Now, keep in mind, yeah, we're keeping this fire going. We keep it going on the Shabbat, the Sabbath. Okay, I try not to light it. It's already lit. But you know what? Again, I'm not in my own land. I'm in America. I'm scattered and so on. I don't have a lot of time to explain this. And frankly, I'm clutter-brained this morning. But there's a lot. Look, I'll just tell you straight up. We can't do everything.
oh yeah,
Back when Yeshua came down in the flesh, Jesus, commonly known, he look, they couldn't do everything according to the Torah at that time because they were under Rome. Okay, so when these Christians try to tell me, when they try to give me a piece of news, like a news flash saying, hey, you can't do it all, and I'm like, hey, I never claimed I could. I already know this. I'm just
right.
trying to do what I'm allowed to do. And you know what, Gray Cloud, it might be different. You might be able to do something that I cannot where you're living. Vice versa too. I haven't asked you what you can, I don't know what your circumstances are. So, but but see, I'm starting to get back into this now, talking with you. It's all coming to mind. I'm a little rusty on this stuff. I do read my scriptures, but I'm not in the debating mode anymore.
I don't want to debate either. Like, I don't debate. Like, I don't want to debate about. Like, I like to have interesting conversation, and it doesn't mean that I don't have to always be exactly on point or with you, and you don't always. But we have enough in common where we can have a good
right.
It's interesting for me to listen to you because I'm learning a little more. I've had but I wanted to share this before you do go or anything. And my friend and subscriber here, Victoria, said, morning, brothers. I just saw this. I'm teaching. Right, she does homeschooling for grandkids and stuff.
Oh, good, good. They need to hold.
He said it's very
get them out of the public.
She wants to say hello. Do you read that? I'm a Torah keeping believer in Yeshua, and this is
okay. No, good. Look, kudos to that woman because you need to get the children out of the public and the private school system now. It's crap. Yeah. It's demonic. So, but yeah, look, if somebody wants to look up, there's one debate I think from over 7 years ago. I went against Talking Doctrine. That's his channel. We went on Modern Day Debate.
Well, see, like
official channel. So,
like for me, there's some people that just like to they just want to have an opposite like.
Well, a lot of Christians are very.
I like to let other people like. I don't know, like it's some things, like because the way I live, like, isn't in any set form either, But like other people that have kind of a better take on something, or they live a certain way that's a little bit. I like listening. I like learning from other people,
I'll be helping you stack it.
But
okay, I know, but I want it done. I will be helping it. Sorry about that, Greg.
No, that's no reason to be sorry, man. We're just hanging out. This is just something I'm trying to get in the groove of doing, like trying to like a few times a week, at least in the morning time while I'm just in my room.
Well, this may be
cool.
This may be the last time I can come up here until next month when I get my data renewed.
Okay.
I don't know. It depends, but no, I can easily put out the scriptures and put out historical and geographical, and for that matter, scientific facts. But I'm putting on my work boots now as I'm talking to you. I know that, Deb. I got to get my boots on. No, but
hey, I appreciate you coming on and even having this is you can see this is like been a really good conversation, man. Like I appreciate you sharing what you share.
But that being said, I urge people to read their. Oh boy, my dogs are going nuts.
Yeah, is it your dogs?
Oh yeah, I've got 4 large breeds. One's a puppy yet. I just got him. But what I do, I encourage people to read the Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible. Catholics and Lutherans may call it Pentateuch. It just depends. So, I mean, I don't care what you call it. I'm not a sacred namer. So,
Yeah.
some people call it the books of law.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, I don't care what you call it. I call it Torah. But look, great. It was great talking to you. I've got to head out. Get some firewood.
Love you, brother, man. Have a good day, dude.
Yeah, you too, brother. Take care. Stay safe.
Hey, thanks for coming out. I'll holler at you.
Okay. Sounds good.
Oh, Tom, thank you, brother. Hey, I'm trying to make her odd right now. Oh, here I can. Okay, you're out. Hey, guys, I'm on my YouTube app and I'm in the chat. Okay, I should be able to. Oh, here it is. I just got to scroll up to see add as moderator, and then it's done. And I usually make everybody a managing operator because anybody that's a moderator has kind of been following me for a little while, or they do have whether they're following and been subscribed for a while, and they don't have a channel. But sometimes a lot of people have a channel or something. But Victoria, yeah, now you're a moderator, so probably because anytime she ain't been in the chat in a while, and then if she came in the chat and I was on Restream and was on my phone, making someone a moderator is harder. I think if you're a managing operator, I think you might have the ability to do that, but I'm not sure what managing operator means. Hey, this has been a pretty good stream. I think Tomcat, you came in kind of in maybe about 3/4 of the way. We weren't too far, but Levi's a good guy. Oh yeah, okay. I say yeah. She's got the wrench now. It's because sometimes she just like she said when she came in. Like I'm looking at Restream. If you hadn't have brought it up, Tomcat, I probably would have not thought about it at the moment. Which if I'm subscribed to the account, I can make them a moderator even when they're not in the stream. Like if I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to go any longer. Because when I start, like I haven't done anything but make one video, and I don't know if I've made it public yet or not, which I'm about to do while we're talking about it real quick. Speaking of which, in that video, I say something about something I'm going to try to do today, and I can't quite remember what it was. It's I'm trying to remember. It was something that I need to. I bring it up towards the end of the video, and then I tell myself I'm going to do that today. You're trying to stir the pot. What do you mean? Oh, stir the pot like make sure she had a wrench, I guess. Oh yeah. No, it's like I'm trying to decide if I'm at 124. I could probably just run on for about another 5 or 6 minutes, make it an hour and a half, you know. And I ain't pulled up any music. I wasn't playing any music in the background. The last thing I did the other day, I think when you came on the other day, Tomcat, I believe I started out, yeah, because you were in the chat. I was playing music off of a device in the background, and I knew that possible, and I did it so early on. I think the reason it didn't happen that way before is because I was in the middle of a stream. and it depends on what I was playing too. But it's not a strike. It was just one of those somebody claiming it, and it limits the reach. Much love, brother Tom Grant. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah, I gotta get like I kind of gotta get thinking about doing a few things today. I'm like I just now made that fifth agreement video public, and I am gonna do a devotional video before the day's over. I don't know if it'll be right after this stream. I'll probably end the stream and then do a few things around here or whatever I think I need to do, and try to go for a walk, at least one walk today. I got a good about two decent little walks yesterday. Hey, that's on the point. Hey, Levi was a really good part. Like I hadn't seen him in a long time. We'd only interacted, like we got to know a little bit about each other, but now, I have, I'll hit him up and I'll tell Mama Cat that she's doing really good. Oh, this bucket is about to break. Tomcat, before you came on here, I cracked this bucket. I've got one other bucket I can use. It's a black one in there. I don't think I like the sound as much, but this thing's about to split on. The more I beat on it, it's going to. I imagine I might be able to put some tape or something right there and hold that piece together. But the split's already all the way into the middle. Like it's already, I just noticed it comes all the way to the middle. So at some point it's going to, even if it splits all the way, it's going to eventually just not be able to be. So, oh, Beady, why don't you come in? My dog is so weird ever since, what is this? The upper end of that concept is his advisement: be perfect as your Father is heaven is perfect. What the hell? Oh. Yeah, like I'm feeling kind of drag ass, but I need to get. That's why I was saying this has been a pretty good stream. I don't want to end it, but like an hour and a half is a pretty good length for me. I like going to like if it's just it's when I'm doing these early morning ones. At some point, I'm thinking about at some point, if I start early enough, I have to think about, oh, hey, I really haven't done anything outside of, like, I ain't really done anything outside of this room today. I've lit the dog out, lit her back in, made some tea, and then made some instant coffee. And I know nobody really cares about hearing all that. I'm just kind of like talking out loud, Oh, and it kind of, like I don't know about y'all. Like for me, when it's going well, though, like this has been going pretty good. There's several people here. We're all getting along. Several, like you guys kind of know each other a little bit from being in the chat together before or whenever, like Victoria is, I know she's in Tom's community as well as I am. And I see her in comments and stuff. And here recently I've been, like it's hard to keep up with everybody all the time. But when I do check out some people's stuff, especially if I see somebody comment that I know is part of the same, like I already know them because they're part of my channel too. And we kind of share, okay, what's this? After the fall, it just isn't in our nature, but Christ wouldn't tell us to be perfect if we couldn't be. Oh, perfectly imperfect. Okay, guys, man. Hey, Tom, I texted you, I think, yesterday or the day before. I don't know if you got it or not. Maybe I'm forgetting what day it was. It was Wednesday. What's today? Today, Thursday? Yeah. I just said good morning and shit. Nothing major. But I think that's gonna be I'm gonna end this one because Levi came on early on. He was here most of the time. It's a good I think this one's worth we a lot of I didn't get it. Oh, hold on. I don't know why some things ain't. Good morning, brother. Wishing you and Crazy Mama Cat a great day. I'm about to begin doing some readings and thinking about a video for this morning. Talk soon. That's what I wrote. I was saying it was yesterday morning, I guess. I lose track of time. I thought it was a couple of days ago, but it was yesterday. Yeah, man. Rev, I don't know what you're doing today, but I might if after I get up and do a few things here in an hour or two, I might like if you decide to do something, let me know. Or if you're not doing anything and you want to come on here with me later, we could fire up something in a little while, like in a few hours. Same with you, Tom. I don't know what I'm doing yet. Like I hadn't got any specific plans, but I know there's certain chores I want to take care of, and I want to motivate, get some blood flowing. That's why I'm gonna go walking here in a little bit too. So you know how it is. Like it's 11 already. Like if I don't watch it, the day will get by. Like the day will start passing by, and before I know it, I've not done anything. And so I'm trying to stay on point with even if it's just a little bit at a time. So you guys have a good day, but I will probably, yeah. Hey, Tomcat, but Mama Cat said hi to everybody. The other day was really fun. I don't know if Rev was in the chat or not, but the other day Tomcat came on, and then he went to walk the dog, and then his old lady, who has a new channel called Ramblings of a Crazy Lady, which right now I don't have the link, but anyway, she talked for a while before we ended up ending it, but that was a good stream, and it kept flowing too. Like, there's sometimes things are just like, like if it ain't going so well. Who? I see it. I'm putting it up here on the I don't know who you're talking, but yeah. I'm putting y'all's messages up on the screen before I end and stuff. I'm seeing that I want to make sure that I address anybody before we get out of here. I don't think that any of you are asking for an explanation of why I'm going to end it, but it's been a great stream, and I'm going to try to get a couple of things in real life done, and then maybe see whether I'm streaming with somebody else, maybe on their channel later today, or doing another stream myself, or just like doing whatever, like it doesn't always have to be about streaming. But I enjoy these things, and I enjoy talking to the chat. I enjoy when people come in and or share the screen with me too. So, but right now I need to get on and get a couple of things done. Just things that got to be done every day. I love all you guys, but you know how I say it to anybody here? I'm going to type it right here. I say ditto. And when I was in detox, real quick, I was going to tell you in detox, this woman that I was telling about saying ditto, she said, "Oh, I know. Everybody's seen Ghost." I was like, "Ghost? I know the movie Ghost." Well, I ain't seen that motherfucker in years, right? She says, well, Patrick Swayze's character in that movie to his wife after he's passed, their special word was ditto. I didn't fucking remember that shit. I think I watched Ghost maybe once or twice in my damn life. So I was like, no, I don't use ditto. But like, it made me think some people, but like anytime I've used it, every so often I always explain why. And you guys all know. So I don't have to explain it right now. But it's good for me to every so often I throw it back out there because once there's been a certain amount of new people that have subscribed and maybe watching or commenting, I like to every so often let them know, well, this is why you hear us, in the comments, people say ditto. I say it on the channel and all that. But bless you guys and have a good day. Till next time, Mr. Grey Cloud, Sage of the Eternal Moment. Grab that moment and let it go. Grab another moment and let it go. Just keep doing it that way, and that's how we go, down the road into the future. We're time travelers, but we can only travel in one direction. See y'all on